Cool. Well, yeah, tell us about Broken City.
Well, Broken City is a crime thriller. I played Detective Billy Taggart, who is, well, former NYPD detective. When you meet him, he's basically, after a huge miscarriage of justice, decides to take the law into his own hands. And he's forced then to either resign or face charges. He ends up becoming a private investigator who's recruited by the mayor to investigate his wife, who he thinks is having an affair as the mayor's running for re-election. So as I start to investigate her, I start to unravel all this corruption, and I decide, you know what, I'm not going to be the mayor's pawn anymore, and I'm going to go after him, even if it means him bringing up my past and me end up going into prison. And
you've played cops, and you've played sort of villains in your movies before. I was just wondering, which side of the law do you more prefer to portray in your film?
You know what, I think they're both the same. You know, they're both kind of in this gray area. At least all the cops and crooks that I've dealt with, you know, they could easily be on the other side. So, you know, I love the larger-than-life villains. You know, I love these kind of movies. I love cop movies, gangster movies. That's just what I grew up watching and what I'm attracted to.
Of course, you're a producer in this movie as well. I mean, do you enjoy having sort of that more control over the film from that perspective?
Absolutely. With a movie like this, you know, it's such a well-written movie, but it's not the kind of movie that Hollywood likes to make nowadays. So the only way to make it and maintain the writer's initial vision was to do it independently. So I needed to kind of figure out how I could do that and maintain control and bring his vision to the screen.
So why do you think it took so long for this film to kind of see the light of day, I suppose?
You know, they like making effects-driven movies that they can sell in a 15 or 30-second spot with huge moments in the trailer. And, you know, movies that will hopefully spawn sequels. They don't really like to tell the old-fashioned kind of good storytelling with great, interesting characters and stories.
Of course, you're producing quite a lot nowadays. Do you ever see yourself getting into the directing side of things?
Quite possibly. I think it's just a matter of finding the right story and then carving out that amount of time to bring it to life.
And you seem to move between genres with ease. You've done sort of comedies like Ted and thrillers such as this one. Is there a genre you feel most kind of comfortable doing?
I just like doing the complete opposite of the last thing that I did. So I just did a serious drama. I was about to go do a romantic comedy, but the Transformers schedule is going to affect that, so I'll do that after Transformers and then go back into Ted 2 and then go do another drama.
Because you do seem to move sort of one project to the next. Is that how you like to be? Do you like to be busy?
Yeah, I like to be busy, but I also like to just be doing different things, you know. I think early on I almost got pigeonholed into only being, after Basketball Diaries and Fear, the kind of crazy villain type of character, and then thankfully Boogie Nights was allowed me to show another side. And so you just try to keep mixing it up.
And there's a great scene in this film where your character, Billy, gets quite drunk. And I was wondering how you portray a drunk man, because I saw Denzel Washington on telly recently, and he said the best way to do it is to pretend you're not drunk.
Try to act sober. Exactly. Well, I've been drunk many times, and when I go into my house and my wife is there, I'm trying to be as straight as possible until I kick the side table, you know, and I fucking, you know, walk into the wall by accident. No, but yeah, it's nothing more annoying than people trying to act drunk. Yeah.
And there's some great scenes as well in the film alongside Russell Crowe. Just wondering what he's like to work with as an actor.
Fantastic. You know, the first scene we shot was that big confrontation between me and he at his home office, and we just dove right in. You know, the guy's a total pro. You know, I mean, he had so much dialogue in the movie. We only had 3 weeks to shoot his entire role, and the guy just was on top of it like nobody I'd ever seen.
Of course, we're soon to be seeing you in Pain and Gain. I'm just wondering if you can tell us a bit about that as well.
Crazy movie, true story of these wild bodybuilders in Miami in the 80s and the 90s that just got so out of control. They're actually both on death row right now, and had an amazing time working with Michael Bay. That's how the whole Transformers thing came about. And
because you really sort of beefed up for the role, I just wonder if you really enjoy. I mean, it must be hard work, but do you enjoy kind of doing that, doing the kind of method acting?
It was fun, you know, putting on weight and losing weight's fun for a little while, and the idea of it's really cool. But when you eat at 10 o'clock at night, and you go to bed, and you have to wake up again at 2 in the morning to eat again, and you're still full from the last meal, it starts to become a bit tedious. But yeah, you know, when you can find those roles where you can transform physically and do something that's completely unexpected.
I've got a lot of friends who would kill me if I didn't ask you a question about the Entourage movie, which you're obviously down to produce. I just wonder if you could tell us about that. Is that coming along?
We got the green light. The script is done. Just waiting for everybody's kind of schedules to align, and I think we'll be shooting in the summertime.
So what are you doing at the moment? Are you busy at the moment? Are you working on anything, having a bit of
promoting the movies, kind of in post-production on 2 other films that I shot. getting ready to start Transformers. Was ramping up to do a romantic comedy that I'm also producing, but we're going to wait and do it between Transformers and Ted.
Well, thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you, buddy.
It's much
Appreciate it.
appreciated.
Good to see
Thank
you, Paul. My pleasure.